Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to edit the TGN Wikis, and we're going to start today with the Fog of War Wiki. And the first thing we need to do is become an editor. And to become an editor, you just email us. You'll see a Become an Editor logo on each of our wikis, and you can just click on them and send us an email talking about a little bit, give us a little background and why you want to work on the wiki, and we'll make sure to set you up an account. And once you have an account, you can sign in, and you'll find the sign in at the bottom of the page. And once you sign in, you will notice that at the top is the WYSIWYG, and this allows us to create and manage the pages of the wiki. And there's more actions: edit page and create page, and these three are options are basically the main options that you use to create the wiki. And today we're going to just add a couple of pages. We're going to add a database page, two of them actually, and we want to put in the military ranks. We just take it, Control C, copy it to the clipboard, and then we create a page. And when we create a page, you'll see at the top there's a couple of different options, and we want to create ads-free pages for our wikis, since they're official. And once we do that, we'll name the page that we want to name, and we're going to name this one the Military Ranks List, and we'll put that page under the database, and that will format it to where that it's under the database tab. And then you'll see that there's a couple of different boxes that you can choose from. And what we want to do is we want to put the content that we just copied over into the military ranks list. And you'll notice that I'm going to enter here in Word, and since it's reformatted, you can't see the text, and we need to change that. So if you want to do it in Word, you'll just have to change it to whatever the normal settings are, which are Verdanda 10 point. That's usually what we use. Some of our wikis will use Georgia text. You can see what text that is being used by going to a different page and just and looking at what the settings are. But another way to get past this and to make it much easier is to use Notepad or your sticky notes if you're using Windows 7, and it just works out a lot better. So I have the list on a sticky notes pad here. Once we do that, we can put it straight into the editor, and it works out much better. So we'll copy this over and put it in where it says content goes here. And once we paste this in, you'll see that it just automatically goes to the correct color, it goes to the correct font and the correct size. So it's so much easier just to copy it into Notepad and then realign it. There are times when you do want to use Microsoft Word or even LiveWriter, I've noticed, because if you have a blog that has certain HTML in it, the HTML will copy straight over from like LiveWriter directly into the page, and it will format correctly most of the time, but not always. So we're going to get rid of the military list at the top, since we already have that up there. And you can notice that up at the top you'll see layout. There's a couple of different layouts, and the one that we like to use the most is the layout with two different sidebars. It's a split layout, and that one will just make the information more readable for the user. It puts it in one little place, and it makes it look better. So a lot of our wikis need that change, and that's something that you can do really simply that helps us out and makes the wikis look better. Let's create a new page. We'll make sure that page is put under database. We'll call this the Noble Rank List, and we'll create a new page here. And now we'll just copy it over right quick, and then delete the Noble Rank, since we already have that at the top as the title. Change the layout to a 2-column layout, and then save the page. And again, we've created 2 pages here within minutes or seconds actually, and you can do the same thing. There's better HTML to make the pages look more fancy and professional, but we can come back and put that stuff in over the top of what you would like to contribute. So if you don't know that much about HTML, it's perfectly fine. Just copy the information and put it into the wiki, and we can see what you've done, and make any adjustments that are needed later on. If you do know a lot about HTML, you can always easily edit the page and go to an HTML editor. And just to show you an example here, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll put in the main column here and look at the HTML, and you can see that all of the HTML that is in the page is actually here in the edit HTML box. And so if you do know a lot about HTML, that is another way that you can format your data and make beautiful pages within our wikis. There are so many different options to put things in. You have images, table of contents. There's a whole bunch of different Google gadgets, and you can find them. Videos like YouTube can go on there. Just tons of different options to make beautiful wikis. So I hope this kind of gives you an outline of what you can do with the wikis and within Google Sites, and gets you started.